Grand Rising. Oh, I should have brought some water in here. Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Let me bring the water. Grand Rising. Peace, beloveds. Peace, peace, peace. I'm waiting to see if this internet connect. Hold on. You're doing something funny. Doing something really funny. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we in a different room. Grand Rising, peace, peace, peace. Let me pull up some. I think my son downloaded something on this particular computer when he was doing his homework. So it's got it running like real crazy, real slow, acting like it don't want to pull up the internet. All of that. So I'm going to talk about this moon phase and what we got going on with the moon. Specifically, that it's a full flower moon, and that it's a blue moon as well. So it's a flower blue moon. Hold on. But I wanted to pull up some information while I'm talking about it. And we're in this room because I think my internet connection is going to be better in here. This is where I started out, even though I don't want to be in here. Because that's where all my inventory at. And so it's a lot of boxes. Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, I think we got that already on here. That's the crazy. Yeah, no glitching. This room is always, the internet is always perfect. The internet perfect, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not comfortable. It's all good. We're going to get this information in. Okay, so why is the flower moon a blue moon? In ancient times, it was common to track the changing seasons by the following lunar month. Rather than a solar year, which was the 12 months in our modern calendar, they used to go by moon cycles, lunar cycles, right? So, Native Americans, us, basically, indigenous people, us. I do need a Wi-Fi booster. I said that to the guy who came and did the internet stuff, and he was like, no, this one's going to be way better, and you're not going to need it, and da-da-da. Thank you, beloved. Anyway, we're not going to get into that, so I won't be frustrated. So the Native American tribes used to, like, name the months by, the cycles, or by the, like, the moons, or what was going on in the season. So they knew. This is also, known as a corn planting moon, the mother's moon, and the milk moon. Okay, that's other names that they used to use this particular moon cycle. So I just highly suggest, you don't have to know all of this, because number one, I always tell y'all to know who you are. That's the number one thing. Know your legacy, your lineage, what you connect to. Pay attention to the things that you've always been interested in. But when you get into, like, certain dynamics, especially when you're talking about, like, candle magic, moon magic, manifestations, stuff like that, I just like for y'all to know and have a great insight to what certain things mean, especially when you are starting to expand into this type of stuff. Okay. Okay. Because it'll help you understand how to utilize certain energy, especially when it comes to, it connects back to, I'm going to just use the word indigenous people. So we can keep it real neutral. All right. So normally this is a month, or that moon is considered the time where flowers start to bloom. So that's why they used to call it the flower moon. This is the time frame where everything used to start to bloom. Everything used to manifest or come into season. There were types of flowers that used to come and bloom in particular, or types of things that this was a season that you would want to plant what it is that you wanted to harvest. What I did want to get into is the meaning of this full moon in Scorpio. So need to look up the places. Yes, there's a different type of moon every month. And the moons were named, each tribe used to have a different name for the moon. So, or like regions, I'm going to say that. A lot of the tribes had their own name. That's why you got, people, the internet or Wiccans or whoever decided that they was just going to coin it, whatever that one main word. Like I said, this one, it's the flower moon, it's the blue moon, it's the corn planting moon, it's the mother's moon, and it's the milk moon. So I'm more using it off of the mother's moon and the blue moon, the flower moon. And the reason why is because I've been really harping on this divine feminine energy that I feel like is so necessary in order for us to reclaim balance in the universe. There's a lot of masculine energy in the universe. It's been like that. The divine feminine energy, if I'm not mistaken, took over like about 2 years ago, or started coming into a certain dynamic so it can balance what's going on in our world and our society. So anytime that I'm doing any type of ritual work, I typically work with what's going on, pay attention to what's going on in society and how it connects. So I'm going to just kind of briefly go through some stuff. I've done more, went more in detail with the classes, and we'll start doing that maybe with workshops or whatever. But so for example, I'm just going to show y'all this book. So I highly recommend, this is really a good book, but you have to be able to read it past Wiccan understanding, okay? I want y'all to be, if you get this as magical astrology, I need you to be able to read it beyond the Wicca perspective. And y'all that's been with me, y'all know why I say that. But what I do like about this book, and I folded some pages down, like for me, I'll pay attention to what planets are in retrograde, for example. So we know that Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter are in retrograde. What I loved about this particular book, and you can get this information in Dr. Africa's books as well, as far as what the planet corresponds to what part of your body, with health issues or health things that you should be paying attention to. And then also what planets, and typically, if I'm not mistaken, I did this in my class, not only just the planets, what do they correspond to you in chakras, or what signs correspond to certain chakras, okay? So what I do love about this particular book, I don't know if y'all can see this picture. So it'll tell you the planet and what it corresponds to, okay? As far as health issues. So normally if there's a retrograde going on, and most of the time when I post those posts, it'll break down like health issues that you need to pay attention to. Like right now we got Jupiter in retrograde, and that's the Sagittarians. So all my Sagittarius need to pay attention to these things as well. And what's going on in your ninth house. So, because that's the original placement for that particular planet, but it's over liver, thighs, blood, hips. So typically, it was magical astrology. Magical astrology. Okay. Typically, and like I said, Dr. Layla Africa's holistic health break down a lot of this information in there too. I'm just picking on this one because I can show y'all everything that I need to show you within this one book. So Jupiter being over liver, thighs, blood, hips. For me, I start doing a lot of blood cleansers. I make sure that I do like drink teas and things that are going to help with my circulation. I make sure that I get into certain dynamics that are really, really going to correspond to those planets that are in retrograde. Now, the other thing that I do during those times and during the season that, you know, there's a moon, because we're going to get back into the moon aspect, is pay attention to how the chakras are aligning up to those planets. And I might release the video from one of my classes about what signs and what elements correspond to each chakra as well. I gotta think about it. All right. So the thing that I looked at, the chakras that are affected at this moment in time, which is funny to me because we already been talking about this, which is your 5th chakra, your throat chakra. I've been talking about this a lot. Also, your 2nd chakra, which is your sacral chakra, and then also your 1st chakra, which is the root chakra. So you got the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and your throat chakra. These areas are in particular being affected at this moment in time because they all are in retrograde. So you're going to be having challenges, and I've been saying this all week, with communication, how you're communicating, wanting to pop off maybe a little more than you would normally pop off, or maybe not saying nothing, maybe being too passive. It's either one extreme or the other. And you have to figure out how to operate in balance. That's why meditation is so important, so you can identify what is it in me that is being triggered, so I can know how do I resolve it, how do I get that back in balance. Okay, so let's go and fast forward. What rituals? I always get people that's like, what rituals am I doing? And I'm just going to give y'all a simple one to work on. And why I connect this particular one. Okay, so with us having a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a certain type of energy. It's definitely the energy that will bring things that are down, that's hidden, and it'll bring it up to the surface. Things from our past, it'll bring it up to the surface. Scorpio is really, really, really intentional and intense. It's a very emotional planet. An emotional sign. And it's connected to water. So anything that I do with this Scorpio moon is going to be dealing with water. All my stuff that I'm doing, like y'all see, I'm in blue today. I am so intentional down to the last detail. So I'll make sure that I'm going to be in a room that is mostly blue. Okay. I'm going to tap all the way into my Yemi-Ya energy. Okay. So Yemi-Ya is going to be the Orisha, if you deal with Orishas, that I'm going to particularly be working with. I always work with Oshun. Oshun is heavily, to me, connected to that energy as well, because she is sensual, and the Scorpio energy is a sensual energy as well. So even issues that you might be having in intimacy, this is a great time for you to work with this particular moon. Any issues that you might be having relationship-wise, this is a great time to be working with this moon. So for me, yeah, all your exes gonna be popping up. Share, they be look. I ain't even gonna tell y'all the buffoonery they've been trying. I just be like, swipe. I ain't even see it. But this is a water moon. So I just want to talk about what water element, because I know we got a lot of newbies, and for the ones of y'all who are already aware of this, just Bear with me. So water is emotions, dreams, mystery, intuition, imagination. All of these belong to the water element, like it's a physical counterpart. Water is fluid and ever changing, and like the sea, its energy can be calm but turbulent. Okay, it may it may nurture us or it may engulf us. The water element connects us with other people and allows us to respond to stimuli of our environment. It also nurtures us both physically and spiritually. For without water, much of life on earth cannot exist. Okay? So the element of water, astrology, is the most enigmatic of all the elements. I like all of them, so we ain't gonna read the rest of that, okay? We ain't gonna read the rest of that. But the water correspondence for the zodiac is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. If you were doing tarot, it would be your cups card. Most of the time with divination and oracle cards, they come up as water. It comes up as moon. Any card that represents emotion. Anything that represents the occult or sensual energy, that's what you are going to get. The shape is a downward pointing triangle. If you were creating a sigil, you might want to use the downward triangle and put what your lettering is, if you know what sigils are. The numbers that correspond with it is 2 and 9. Okay. Water is one of two elements that symbolize the divine feminine or the yin principle. People whose birth charts contain an abundance of water signs are sensitive, impressionable, intuitive, reclusive, compassionate, and changeable, imaginative, and impractical sometimes. Woo, I gotta let them water out. Somebody gotta clean this phone out, I swear. Because we connect intuition and emotion with water, this element is present in most magic work. Sometimes water magic involves actual water other than liquids, concocting potions, teas, brews, etc., etc. Okay? So the one thing that I do when I am working with water, okay, when I am working with water, I always take most of the time, any moon rituals that I'm doing, I'm going to always be working with water. So I always do a spiritual bath. So today, I just want y'all to kind of like, if you're going to do any moon work, make sure y'all are getting in that space. You can use a shower. I prefer baths specifically for these full moon rituals. But if you want to do a spiritual shower, I think I left that video up on YouTube. You can go look how you can do a spiritual shower just in case you can't do the bath. But I would definitely suggest, highly suggest doing a bath in your bath for this particular moon. The energies that everybody who know me, y'all know I always use cinnamon, so you know I'm already going to say cinnamon in your water, okay? But the salt that I would use is definitely there's two things, okay? Let me say this. So if you are striving to nurture and embrace this, like I said, this yin energy, getting yourself into a space where you want to kind of create a nurturing release of this energy, taking advantage of this energy, any things that you want to be a little more gentle with how you are releasing the energy, and you know that this full moon bath is more about that. Use your pink salt, okay? Use pink Himalayan salt. Use your Epsom salt. The oils that I'm going to tell you to use, is lavender. For me, it'll probably be lavender and cinnamon. If you are a woman and your body is a little more sensitive to those things, make sure you only use essential oils, okay? Something that's natural that you can actually put in your body. The crystals that I have around is going to be moonstones and clear quartz is what I'm feeling. So moonstones and clear quartz, okay? While you're in the bath, I need for you to visualize yourself being surrounded by light. Yes, water is so important. Drinking lots of water. Normally when I'm in the bath, I also do a tea. So my tea that I would do for this particular bath, if you are a woman, the tea that I would do is raspberry leaf. Okay, the raspberry leaf tea. If you are of the masculine energy, I would do either chamomile or lavender tea. Okay, so what you want to do is you're setting the tone. So I know it's a little late, so y'all probably, like I said, I'm working more with Yemiya and Oshun because that's my incarnation, and that's with this particular moon, it's all about water, and they both are connected to the water, and they're both connected to a certain dynamic. So for me, those are the energies I choose to work with. And plus, because I know that the Scorpio moon, once again, I said it brings up things from the past. This could be sexual trauma. If you've dealt with sexual trauma, this is a great time for y'all to use this particular moon to release any energy that you're holding on from that. Any heartache that you might be still holding on to that. Any guilt that you might still be holding on. This is the moon to work with, okay? So you want to make sure that you are using this moon to your fullest ability. Because sometimes we'll be thinking those things are healed and there's still a little bit of residue. That you might have. Music that I always deal with is any music that is connected to my crown chakra. Okay. With this particular one, I would highly suggest either like playing something that's in the frequency that's going to help your crown chakra or your throat chakra in particular. Crown, throat. If you are a woman and you're doing something that, like I said, is connected to sexual trauma, that is connected to womb healing, you want to bring in music that or frequencies that are connected to your sacral and your root chakra. Okay. Specifically your sacral. Grand rising, everyone. Peace, beloved. If you are having a little bit of a deeper work and you got to do more protection and heavier removal, instead of the pink salt, you wanted to use the black salt. Okay? Instead of the pink salt, you want to use black salt. The black salt is going to be a little bit more aggressive. And it's specifically going to be for detoxing and removing the energy from you, where the pink salt is more about love and it's about nurturing and giving you the nutrients that you need to do. Go. I'm not playing with y'all today. All right. Hey, Mama. Close to there. I love you too. All right. So if you have any lakes close to you, rivers close to you, this will be a great time to go do some meditation, like charcoal. So there's different types of black salt. There's Hawaiian black salt. There's Himalayan black salt that has the activated charcoal in it. So you just got to research to see which one it is that you want when you go pick up your black salt from any stores or whatever, okay? If you have any type of bodies of water, it would be great for you to incorporate this type of thing in there. Doing any type of rituals, creating a letter that you can, write what you need to be released, what type of trauma you need to be released, what you need to remove out of your life. Any type of energy that you just know, if you already know, okay, go ahead and write the letter, burn it, release it in the water, okay? Or you don't even have to burn it. You can just put it in a little bottle, put it in the water, let it go away. Do something that's ritualistic that connects with water. If you have any body of water by you, this will be a great time that you can go sit by the lake or sit by a river and meditate. and meditate with the intentions of, I need to release whatever I'm holding on to. I'm releasing any energy I might be holding on to. I'm doing, this moon is about release. Most full moons are about release. But this particular one is not only about release, it's release of, like I said, especially if you are women that have dealt with any sort of trauma, any type of energy that, you know, you might have had a lot of heartache or heartbreaks in your life. This is the perfect moon to use to make sure that y'all are releasing that energy and getting that that healing that you deserve from this particular moon. Other things that I'm specifically doing, I'm working with the candles of 7 this time. I normally work in 3, but I'm working with 7. My number is 7 this time because I'm calling certain Orishas, the 7 African powers, if y'all know anything about that, to create a certain dynamic of some things that I'm moving into and some things that I am getting ready to walk towards. So I'm bringing in a certain dynamic. Okay. Candles for me is going to be all white, but you can use any candle. And specifically if you're working with the chakras that I've suggested. So your colors will be red, orange, what other color? Blue. Red, orange, and blue. Red, orange, and blue are going to be your color candles because that's your root, sacral, and your throat chakra, okay? And you can use those 3 and then have, if you got a bigger number of candles, like I'm doing 7, you can use the main 3 colors and then you can do all white. If you got some protection and release work, you might want to use some black candles. It depends on how your mentality is set up. Anybody who has heard me talk about candle magic, they know I always use white candles. This was my instant candle, but I always use white candles. I always make sure that your wick is centered so you can have a good burn, a good healthy burn on your candle. I use white candles because I'm creative, so I can see the candle being what it is that I'm asking for. So, but you might need colors. If you're new to this, you might need colors so it can trigger exactly what you know you're supposed to be working on, okay? So asking, this is releasal, but releasal specifically for any type of intimacy, releasal for any type of sexual energy, past energy, things that might just be holding on to you from your childhood, things that are just a little, like I said, emotional. This is a very intense emotional release. So do not be alarmed if you start crying. Do not be alarmed if you have to release in the form of tears, because that is water. Make sure y'all are drinking enough water all day today. Make sure, let me go back through the basics on what we're supposed to be doing. Cleaning our space, cleaning your house, cleaning wherever you're going to do any type of ritual work at, if you're doing any, okay? Cleaning, make sure it's clean. Move all the stagnant energy. Cleanse everything out. All right? Clean. And then sage. Sage, sage, sage. If you're using white sage, make sure you go back and burn. Because of what I'm talking about, I would say burn lavender, burn frankincense, burn cinnamon. So, quick note, if you know that there's a certain vibration that you need to have in your house, okay? If you are burning white sage, thank you, beloved. If you're burning white sage, make sure that you are burning something back in the house that is going to raise that particular vibration. So let's say you need more abundance, prosperity, wealth, da da da. Go back and burn cinnamon all the way through the house. Okay? No worries, beloved. Go back and burn cinnamon all the way through the house. If you are needing clarity. Okay, you're needing clarity. Burn things like rosemary, peppermint, okay, eucalyptus. Have that. Like you could do the eucalyptus mints even and have that. Okay. If you need spiritual energy to be raised as the vibration, there's Three Kings resins that I have online. You can do frankincense and myrrh, or just frankincense by itself. Okay. So just be very intentional. If I'm burning white sage and I'm removing that, sage removes all energy out of your house, all of it. Open them doors and the windows. I'll be forgetting to say that. Open them doors and the windows. Go through the house, sage it. After you've cleansed your space, do all of that, and then burn whatever. Another step that I normally do, I go back through and wipe all my doors and my window entries with Florida water. I even mop. Now we got hardwood floors, so I even mop the floors with the hardwood. I mean, the little bit of Florida water in my mop water. Okay. So doing little things that is setting up, that's kind of what you should have been doing yesterday, going in today, because that's a lot of work if you got a lot to clean up. Is it the same to do the diffusers? It is. It is. You can do the diffuse oils. I typically like for it, because if you're smudging, I like for y'all to still stay in the energy of smudging. Does that make sense? You can have those oils as a daily maintenance, but I love for y'all to really, for me, and you know, for me, is what works for me. But if that's your intention, whatever intention you set, and if you're saying that me using these diffuse oils is going to set the intention of this energy, then so be it. See what I'm saying? That's your intention. You set it. You set the tone. What do I put in my mop water? Water, Florida water. I don't have a bottle in here right now, but if you look online, the Florida water itself, and I always have some sort of like a little bit of a salt in there. Most of the time it's pink salt. If I'm doing like, I need negative energy to be lifted, if there's any negative, we don't never really have no negative energy in here. But if, you know, people have been sick or something, I'll use a different salt for that. So you done cleaned out your space, you done mopped all this stuff, you done cleaned, you done wiped everything down. Now it's just setting your candles up, getting your candles prepared. If you are, you know, dressing your candles, make sure that you are dressing them with the intentions that you need to set in them. I'm not going to get into all of that. But for the basic ones, like I said, even if you're not dressing the candles, I definitely suggest using white and blue, because it's, for me, this is connected to, you know, Yemiya, Yemoja, whatever you want to call it. So I'm definitely going to have white, blue candles in particular. Plus, because my throat is doing something a little funky right now. So throat energy, making sure I focus on that. I'm drinking my throat chakra tea in particular today. Okay. So burning candles, releasing. Take the time to meditate so you can hear clearly what needs to come up and what needs to be released. Okay. What needs to come up emotionally and what needs to be released. What people that you've been holding on to right now and they need to be released. Like, do the work, y'all. Do the work. Really sit still. Have time to listen. If you have time to go to the park, to some body of water, go ahead and do that. Get your release in. Check in your time zone. When is the moon at its fullest? When is the pivotal moment that y'all moon is at the fullest, okay? This moon is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a very intense moon, but it's going to be very beneficial to what it is that you are wanting to bring into fruition. You can bring in a lot of stability. This moon is about bringing in your stability, bringing in long-term goals, specifically when it comes to relationships. So if you're having relationship issues or if you're trying to bring in a relationship, this is a great moon for you to work with. Like I said, things that deal with intimacy, this is a great moon for you to work with. The black candle is for protection and releasal. Black candles are for protection and release. So let's say you have like an old situation specifically that might deal with some trauma that you having a hard time releasing for whatever reason. This is a perfect time for you getting black candles out. That black candle also represents darkness, dark energy. So because Scorpio energy has that dark energy as well, this is a great time to do that. All right. Well, something else in this book that I wanted to touch on. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I get everything I'm thinking out. I talked about that already. Oh. So when you are doing like your crystals around your tub or your crystals around your altar space or anything that you're doing, use the two that are going to correspond with the sign and the planet that you need to do. So you want to use smoky quartz, labradorite, black opal. I'm bored. Okay, we'll go tell your brother. Hold on, y'all. I'll play robot. Come on. Out. Close the door. You can do what? Ask your brother. Close the door. That's why I got the door closed. Do I burn it with the white candle? Yeah, I burn all my candles at the same time. I dress all my candles and burn them all at the same time. Okay? I dress them and burn them at the same time. So crystals, Scorpio is smoky quartz, black opal, bloodstone, labradorite. Those are the ones that I would suggest. And then with the moon, you can use a whole lot of different ones. You can use pearl, moonstone, the snow, milk quartz, calcite. But I'm using specifically moonstone because it's connected to the Yimiya. Y'all come get this little one, Lord. All right. Also, crystal wise, if you know that there's something that is specifically connected to the energy that you need to connect to, which one, baby? For the moon, I said moonstone, calcite, pearl, milk quartz. I don't know which one you want. Which one? Okay, that's the one. Okay. So you want to just make sure that like the crystals that you're working with are the crystals that are connected to the energy. So if you're working with abundance and you're saying, I don't know where y'all are at on your particular journey when it comes to dealing with like candle magic. So when it comes to this particular dynamic, I always tell people like you have to be mindful. So you might, if you're doing a candle that's based on financial blockages being removed, dressing your candle for that, make sure that you have stones that are corresponding to wealth, okay? So whatever it is that you're working on, if you got matters of the heart, you might want to be working with your rose quartz more. You might want to be working with your emeralds, things that are connected to heart energy. So take the time to research. Take the time to research what crystals, what things are going to correspond to what it is that you're trying to fix, okay? Ashe, Grand Rising, beloveds. the main thing that I just keep hearing, and I want to make sure that y'all do, make sure that you write a letter, some sort of note, some sort of something, write it down. What I keep seeing, I know for me, I'm definitely going to be doing some writing and doing like a little release at the water. I'm not, normally I just burn it and or bury it, but I'm definitely releasing. Yes, I got so many pyrates around me. So whatever, like I say, you working with, make sure you get the stones. Definitely take the time to write it out, what you need to be released, even if you don't know, if you don't have a clear idea. So you can use something like, yes, you can. You can use your money oil on your candles. What you want to state, you're not wanting to use these dynamics or this moon to say that I'm manifesting or bringing certain things in. What you want to do is say anything that is blocking or creating obstacles for my money to come to me freely. Okay, be very intentional with your wording. I'm removing any blockages or obstacles that are, stopping my money or hindering my money flowing to me freely. My abundance flowing to me freely. Okay. So that's what you want to really be on. Let's see what we got. I hope I got enough time to really pull some cards for this reading. Not this stuff. That ain't it, I guess. Okay. If you use this moon correctly, y'all, if you use this moon correctly, it will transform your life. I love the universe. That's okay. If you're not near any water, don't worry about it. Like I said, make sure y'all take them spiritual baths, some spiritual showers. Okay. That's okay. You are a walking altar. These are tools, beloved. So let's be clear. Let's be clear. Okay. I see you, boo. Let's be clear. Yes, that blockage better move. You better command that blockage to get out the way. Let's be clear. All of these things are just tools to help you click your subconscious into a certain energy. They're tools. They are tools. Okay? You are the altar. You are the power. You don't need anything. And like sometimes, I give y'all these tools and tips, and I be hesitant on giving them to y'all because I really want y'all to work in a certain thing. I am doing something. Bye. One. Open the door. Open the door. Markwell. Go get Markwell. No, Markwell. Y'all can tell they done got on my nerves. They've been on me since 6 o'clock this morning. Don't be fooled. Keep them out of this room. Do you understand me? Okay, close the door. I don't care. How he gonna leave out? He's still in mama's room. Okay. So. Somebody want some boys? I promise you. I promise y'all. They done threw off my whole train of thought. What was I saying, y'all? Let me go back. Somebody asked me something and I was saying something. If you don't live by any water, the main part is to definitely, yes, that was their warning. They don't even know. They don't even know right now. You are your altar. You are your power. I'll be hesitant about giving y'all these tools and y'all these tips because I don't want y'all to get addicted or dependent on them. Okay? They are dynamics that are helping you. Yes. Yes. Thank you, beloveds. Okay? They are the dynamics that are just helping, they're triggering. But at the end of the day, you are the magic behind it all. So even if you don't have anything, absolutely, what Shada Honey just said, we are the altar. You are the water. You are water. Okay? You are water. So you might not have, bodies of water, but you are a walking body of water. So once you make that release, you can hold it in your hand and say, Ashe. So, and it's done. Okay? So you got to be so intentional. And the reason, I want y'all to use the tools because it triggers and it is going to create that symbol, a symbolic gesture towards what it is that you want to do, okay? And what you're striving to accomplish with that method. But at the same time, I also need for you to be in a space where if something was to happen, and this is why I always think like this, if something was to happen and it ain't no more, we operate and take things for granted. We operate in the space of being spoiled. Yes, be in a time of gratitude too. You can be grateful too. Being in a time of gratitude for what you have so you can bring more of that in. Okay? But we are spoiled as hell. So we be feeling like we need all of this and because we can get all of this and da-da-da. But what would happen if we didn't have access to any of this? What would happen if all of a sudden they shut all our shit down? Okay? What are you going to do? This is why I want y'all to be learning this and learning who you are and what it represents and learning even what the elements within yourself is. Knowing where is fire represented in your body? Where is the earth represented in your body? Where is water represented in your body? You are the 4 elements. You see what I'm saying? You are the altar, even when you don't have one with you. So I want y'all to be so connected to yourself and your spirit that you know that you can manifest at any given time. That if some shit popped off and we never know what's going to happen, and y'all know I don't do the gloom and doom, but if some shit popped off and you had to operate in your power and your magic, you should be in the woods and be able to operate in that. Even if you got to create something that's symbolic, you know how to get the leaves and get the whatever and smudge your space and boom, or just clap your hands and know that the air is clear and negativity is broken up. You are the magic. You are the power. All right? Yes, when you the one, like, don't get so caught up in certain dynamics. Don't get so caught up. These are just symbolic gestures of the energy that we are utilizing to pull our power out more. Okay? To increase and intensify what we are developing and cultivating. Right. You can manifest just by the thought. When you speak it, that's it. You have to understand. That's why I be telling you, y'all words is more powerful than any tool that you got. I can give y'all a candle. I can make you some damn oil. You know what I'm saying? I can give y'all these rituals. But what is the power? You. So if I've always told people, like, let's say you can't get the ingredients for your spiritual bath. Like, I ain't got my money not right. Well, one, we got to work on your mentality because your money not right. If your mentality is in the right space, if your mindset is in the right space, your money going to come in easy. Okay? So if you didn't have none of the stuff that I said, it's as simple as you running the water and putting your hand in the water and speaking life into the water. Do you understand? Speak life into it. Say, this water is going to do da-da-da-da-da, whatever it is that you decide that you're doing at that time, and be done with it. Quit getting caught up in the little details. Quit getting caught up. Our ancestors wasn't walking scary. Y'all walking scary as hell. Our ancestors knew they was God. Our ancestors knew what the deal was. That's why I be real big on y'all not claiming to be witches, not getting caught up in that Wicca shit, not knocking anybody if that's what your thing is. But I'm telling you from a woman that's been walking this journey for like a whole long damn time. Okay, that We don't need a certain time of the day. We don't need a certain thing. There are certain things that we are in alignment, and it makes it easier for us to activate that power. Yes. But at the end of the day, you are the power yourself. With the power of your mind can trigger the smell of cinnamon and what cinnamon is supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you ain't got no damn cinnamon. You know what cinnamon smell like. You know what energy that we are saying that cinnamon triggers. Boom. It's really simple. But we use these tools. I'm going to go back and calm it down. We use these tools to help you manifest and trigger the energy that you need. Do you need them? No. They look pretty. We like how they look. It is very symbolic. It gives us the energy that we need. And that's what it's about most of the time. Okay? All right, let's get into these cards real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. Mirror card. The mirror card is saying this is a time for us to reflect. This is making sure, which we've been talking about this. Make sure that you're reflecting. What is still triggering you? What are things that are still lying underneath the surface? This is a time frame where we're not supposed to put the paper over it. We're not supposed to put the Band-Aid. Rip the Band-Aid off, damn it. Rip the Band-Aid off. This is rip the Band-Aid off day. Okay? Deal with the issues. Deal with your shit. Deal with it. Make sure that you are pulling these things up into up to the surface so we can deal with it. Okay? There is a brighter day coming, beloved. This is a moment in the sun. Our lives are transitioning. Our lives are getting ready to shift. Okay? And as they're shifting into this new energy, this is a time frame where you can say, okay, I'm walking in my power. I'm walking in what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm walking in my abundance. It's coming. This is why I can enjoy the sun. Okay? I can enjoy the sun because it's creating our transformation. It's creating. We've been in this cocooning process. Y'all been in the cocoon. Y'all been doing the work. The universe pushing the hell out of you. It's removing all kind of stuff out your life. The universe been a little crucial lately. It's a little crucial. But this is the time. So as we're in this time, you've been in this cocoon, and now we're becoming the butterfly. We are becoming the butterfly for a reason because we've been focused. You see how she's so focused and intently connected to her source? We're so focused on source. So now we're becoming these beautiful black butterflies. Some of us. Beautiful butterflies. This is a transformational process. Trust the process. Allow the process to do what it's supposed to do. It might feel uncomfortable, but real growth ain't comfortable. Real change ain't going to be comfortable. Real evolution is not comfortable. So get out your comfort zone. This is the time, okay? Did this come first? Yep, okay. So we got the hangman. And the hangman, you see, once again, the butterfly representing, which is transformation. Allow the universe to do what they're going to do. Allow the universe to do. If you are walking and you keep getting the same blockages, be still. If you keep running into the same damn wall, be still. Back up. What do I need to release? Because obviously the way is not open. You need to ask yourself, what do I need to release? What am I still holding on to? What is creating this blockage? Whatever is creating this blockage, I need it to be removed. So that's why I said be still so you can really hear, what do I need to be? Like, I'm holding on to something I didn't know. Let me release this, beloved. I'm repeating the same behavior. I ain't know. Let me release this. Okay? Entrepreneurs, y'all being called out again. Make sure you're operating, or just people who are creative in general. Make sure you're operating in your power, operating in your gift, operating in the things that are connected to your heart, the things that are connected to your passion, what it is that you want to do and how you want to do it, okay? Don't be scared. It's going to be fortunate. Success is coming. It's about embracing these dark days with the light days. It's about embracing your divine feminine and your divine masculine. Knowing that balance is the key. Knowing that balance is the key. There is a time to operate in our masculine energy, and there's a time to create from our feminine energy. This is really calling for some of y'all who are artists, who are creatives, to make sure that you are operating in that energy. This is the time, okay? There is going to be some tower energy around you, beloved. There's some tower energy around you. Don't quit. We can't even look at this as a bad card anymore. There is enlightenment that comes through the tower moments. There is clarity that comes through this tower moment. This moon is about releasing this shit. Okay? That's what this card is coming up to say. There is some shit that you got to release. Let it go. Don't hold on to it. Make sure you're letting it go. Because we can't have it no more. We cannot have it. Set the boundaries. Put the things in place. Put things in motions. Walk in your greatness and release the fear. Stop creating and self-sabotaging who you are in your greatness. We are in the half point of the year, basically. It's a lot of y'all that's going to end up retreating and trying to sabotage all the work we just put in these last several months. Okay? This ain't the time. This ain't the time. I need you to like stand firm and be focused. Like that butterfly card, I need you to just sit still and be focused on your higher self. Sit still and be focused on your higher self. All right, let me see if I can get a cue. Look, see, this is why I want to be on you. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go over to She Is Magik. And if you need me to send you the link, I will send you the link. Because I really want to make sure that we go over there. Because I don't like being cut off and I feel like I'm rushing. I don't like being rushed. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Yes, we love going back to what we're comfortable with. You better say that, Aunt Goddess. We love going back to what we're comfortable with. Ashe. See what I'm talking about? They say your hard work is paying off. This is new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. This is a time frame where we're saying, hey, everything that we've been doing, this is the time. This is the time. Inbox me, beloved. If you need the link, inbox me. So let's read exactly. I just got hungry all of a sudden. Y'all know I'm greedy, and all of a sudden, my stomach was like, I'm going to need you to wrap this up because we got to eat. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for your professional. Let's rewind. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is a time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years at a time. This will inform you the best course of action, okay? Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is that you want to achieve. Make the proper plan and execute it well. You will need more discipline to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for studying and teaching. This is a time frame, beloveds, that we have been working. And now it might just be a time where you got to say, okay, let me reevaluate what's going on. Reevaluate our values. Reevaluate what we really want in our life and how we want to achieve them and accomplish the things that we are moving forward to. Okay? But the hard work is paying off. Don't get distracted. Don't get discouraged. Don't feel defeated. Because these tower moments is going to make you feel like that. I promise you it is. I told y'all it was going to start counting me down already. Hold on. Let me go ahead and stop so I can come back and finish this up. Let me see.